Welcome back everyone for Retro Restore, where we are going to see why this Perfect Dark for Nintendo 64 is not working. Here's what happens when it's in the system and it gets turned on. A whole lot of nothing. So now we're going to go through the fun task of taking this apart and seeing what's wrong. Going to make sure I'm grounded out. One thing also on here is this has been cleaned pretty well, so it's not just an issue where it's dirty pins. I'm going to grab the tool to remove the game bits. And then undo these two Phillips screws. Then we get to check out the board. So we have some nice corrosion over here. So something got spilled inside of here. It looks like all of the gold is stripped off these pins here. And then the backside also has that corrosion, even over here and through here. So we will start by getting all this corrosion removed. Start out with a Q-tip with 91% isopropyl alcohol on it, and just kind of push pretty hard on there to see if we can get that to come up with this. Okay, we actually got the gunk off of that spot, so guess right now Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games had so much experience with the capacitors just going bad on them, so we're going to test this one out. Have my trusty multimeter here. What we're going to do is set this to maybe around 20k ohms. So if you look, I have it set on that. Then we have the capacitors right here. We will flip that over. Notice we have the positive will be on this side closest to the multimeter and negative on this side. And we will just align these on top of those. And it looks like we're getting nothing from the capacitor. So the first thing we'll try is replacing that capacitor. Anytime you're dealing with soldering, make sure you have eye protection on. Also, I don't know if you can hear it on the microphone, but I have a little fan going right now too. We'll take our desoldering wick and just kind of line it up on these two spots and let it soak up the solder. We just flip this over and pull it right out. They don't always come out that easily. Sometimes there's a little bit of work that needs to be done at it. Usually when they come out this easily though, that means it was one of the original ones. Then since it's had time to cool off, we'll go ahead and wipe that down with a Q-tip and isopropyl alcohol. You're a nerd like me, you'll have a big container of capacitors. You can just grab one out of there. So I haven't gotten my new camera yet, so I can't really zoom in on it, but this one, it's 22UF 6.3V. And we don't have the exact same voltage on there. What we are going to do is step up the voltage, but we'll still keep it at the same capacitance. Then we flip this circuit back over. I'll use this bigger one to show on here. So when you have a side where it's like a white stripe going down, that's where the minus is. The opposite side, of course, is the plus. Be a little tougher to show on the smaller one that actually goes on the board. So in these holes right here, put the positive and the negative in there. Kind of push it down just a little bit. And then flip it over and bend these wires to the side. And then this capacitor, bend up a little bit. Then what we are going to do now is take our Rosen core solder and apply it to the capacitor ends. Then just take some clippers and clip off the extra. Then once it's cooled down, use your isopropyl alcohol and just kind of get any residue cleaned up. Then I'll get this put all back together and we'll test it out again. Now it's not always as easy as just changing capacitor, but we'll see if this time if it is. And it still does nothing, so on to the next part. Now if you watch the Atari video, the Atari controller one, then you'll know about the lead testing, because that will be the next step that we do here. So grab the multimeter, and you'll want to go to the continuity test. Which on this one, it's this symbol here, and then you press the mode button to change it. And then see that little symbol up there means that it's ready for the continuity test. And a way to test, okay, seem good for that. Then we'll want to test some of these leads. We will start from over here. Okay, so that one is making it to everything over there. And then this one. Okay, that seems good. We have this one here. That goes to this side. Then we have this one looks like it also goes the other side. Okay. We have this one following it, also goes to the other side. Okay. This one looks like it goes here. Okay, that's good. This one goes to the other side. Okay, we found it there. Sometimes you just need to move them along here to see if you can find which one they go to. This one goes to here. This one. Then this one. This one. That one doesn't go anywhere. Neither does that one. We have this one. Okay, this one, we're not finding a connection. So we'll definitely come back to that one. This one. Okay, we found one. This one goes to a bunch here. Then this one goes, looks like over to here. Okay. Those three go nowhere. Okay. This one. And this one. Okay. So on that side, it was only this one that we couldn't find where it went over there. Doesn't go there either. So then the same thing on this side, have to test all of this. These ones are a little easier because a lot of these ones connect directly to pins. So you can visibly see where these connections will be. Okay, so all of them on this side seem to work correctly. So we'll go back to this one. It does make it there. So is there something right next to that? So looking at this one connects to that little green dot right there. And then the one next to it goes up. That green dot goes to here, so I'm guessing it's this one here. So that should go through to this second point right here. So let's see if we can get any type of response on there. So we'll put that on there. Okay. So there seems to be a break in the continuity right through here. Where really these copper wires aren't supposed to be exposed here, but they are because of the corrosion having to be removed. But it led for there being a little break right here. So that shouldn't be too bad. Make sure that we get all of the corrosion scraped away from there. Plus have to kind of open it up a little bit so the copper is exposed on both sides. Then use a little bit of isopropyl alcohol just to get that spot cleaned up a little bit. Where now that it's cleaned up a little bit, you can actually see the gap right there. It's right above that 38. So what we do, normally for bridging something like that, I'd recommend using a little bit of copper wiring. But with how small it is, just going to see if getting a little dab of solder on there will take care of that. Actually, just going to get a little bit on the tip of this. I have a little bit of a glob there, so what we're going to do now is try the continuity test again and make sure that took care of the issue. So that one was supposed to connect up here. Ah, we have a connection now. And there's some different sealants that you can get to kind of cover some of these exposed wires. What I'm going to do is get some captain's tape over this, because that will also protect the other copper wires that are exposed through there. Then we'll put this back together and test it again. Then let's see what happens when we turn this on. Hey, it looks like we had the game. It has been forever since I played this game. It's always a fun game to play. I used to play this and GoldenEye with my friends all the time. Well, and Mario Kart, of course. Well, I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions about any of it, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you have other ways to do these repairs, then also please let me know. And if you like this video and want to see more things like this, then please hit the subscribe button and leave a thumbs up, do all that kind of fun stuff. Want to thank you for watching. Have a nice day.